Jimmy Kimmel didn't just respond to the $40 million claim, he dismantled it. Line by line, logic by logic. And in doing so, he exposed a deeper truth that the media often doesn't understand the very machine it reports on. Let's break it down. The report claimed Colbert's show was losing CBS tens of millions annually, but it focused only on advertising revenue, the most volatile, least reliable metric in modern broadcasting. What it ignored were the affiliate fees, payments made by hundreds of local stations across the country to carry CBS programming. These fees are massive, and late-night shows like Colbert's are a key part of that package. Kimmel explained it bluntly. You must allocate a certain percentage of those fees to late-night shows. In other words, Colbert isn't just a host, he's a revenue stream. His show is bundled into deals that keep CBS's national footprint alive. And that footprint? It's worth far more than any single ad slot, but the media didn't mention that, because it's complicated. And complexity doesn't trend. Instead, they ran with the headline. Colbert's show is losing $40 million a year. It was simple, sensational, and misleading. This is the new media playbook: reduce, distort, amplify. And it's not just happening in entertainment. It's happening in politics, business, even sports. But in late night, where satire meets truth, the stakes are different. Because these shows aren't just entertainment, they're commentary, they're culture, they're resistance. Colbert has built his brand on sharp, unapologetic critique, especially of political figures like Donald Trump, and that makes him a target. Not just for trolls, but for powerful interests who'd rather see him silenced. So when Trump took to Truth Social to mock Colbert, calling him untalented and blaming him for CBS's alleged losses, it wasn't just petty. It was strategic. It was an attempt to shift the narrative, to turn a respected host into a liability, but Kimmel saw through it. And he pushed back. His defense wasn't just about numbers. It was about integrity, about standing up for a colleague who's being dragged through the mud for doing his job, and doing it well. And that's where this story becomes something bigger. Because behind the headlines, behind the politics, behind the corporate spin, there's a battle for truth, for relevance, for survival. Late-night TV is evolving. It's no longer just about who's watching at 11:35 p.m. It's about who's sharing clips at 7 a.m., who's reacting on TikTok, who's quoting monologues in group chats. The format has shifted, but the impact remains. Colbert's show reaches millions across platforms. His interviews trend globally. His satire shapes public opinion. That kind of influence doesn't show up in a spreadsheet, but it matters. And Kimmel knows it. He's seen the format change, he's adapted, and he's not about to let it be buried by Bath and worse intentions. This isn't just a defense of Colbert. It's a defense of the entire late-night tradition, a tradition built on truth, humor, and the courage to speak when others stay silent.